Hi guys, welcome to episode 7
of season 2.
Welcome to episode 7 of season 2 of Gypsy Days. In today's episode, what do we do?
We are exploring some of the big abandoned things that lie around the Bahamas.
That's right, today's episode is Abandoned Bahamas.
So, if you go to pretty much any town in the Bahamas, you'll find abandoned homes, abandoned construction, things that were started, laid foundation, and then never finished, things that were damaged in hurricanes, just left.
We're actually going to look at places that have just been completely abandoned. Not just in towns, just whole living spaces, work spaces, Navy facilities that have just been abandoned to the elements and have been just left to rot on these islands throughout the Bahamas. Yeah.
In the island chain of Eleuthera, our Navionics app informed us of an abandoned Navy base only a few miles away from the beautiful Alabaster Bay. Eager to explore the ruins, we dropped anchor, took the dinghy to shore, and began the trek up the Queens Highway to the now abandoned U.S. Navy experimental facility.
We're walking. I got the doggo. Hey, buddy. We're walking to this old abandoned Navy base that all the reviews on Navionics talk about. So we're gonna go check that out. So guys, we made it to this abandoned Navy base. It's really creepy, like zombie apocalypse creepy. Yeah. I saw this movie. I played this video game.
The base was built in the 1950s to test new technology at the time for tracking Soviet submarines in the Atlantic.
That's awesome. Found the head.
Hey guys, so I think I was in the laundry room of this abandoned Navy base. It is hella creepy in here, but also really freaking cool. So many rooms, we found the showers, living quarters potentially. Everything just stripped, broken, starting to be taken over.
During the Cold War, the base expanded from just a few buildings to a significant operation that played a key role in the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962. The sound surveillance system being tested at the facility helped the Navy to identify almost all the Soviet submarines involved in the standoff and force them to the surface. The base operated for 30 years until it was abandoned in 1980. Now, the base is home to decrepit buildings that are on the verge of toppling over or are in the slow process of being swallowed by the surrounding bush.
Coffee, come. Where are we?
Airport Beach.
What's Airport Beach?
It's a super, super, super long beach that's supposed to be pink, but it's not pink.
Not pink.
But that's okay, because we got to see a really
really cool abandoned buildings as like an old US Navy base, and that was cool. Way cooler than the beach.
A few weeks later, we found ourselves exploring Darby Island in the Exumas with our friends on 63 South. There, we found Darby Castle, the ruins of a massive mansion built in 1938 by an alleged Nazi sympathizer.
Now we're going to explore, hopefully, Darby Castle. It should be pretty cool. The water is gorgeous.
Built in 1938 by Sir Guy Baxter, the 8,000 square foot self-proclaimed castle is found on Darby Island's highest point. According to legend, Sir Baxter was an alleged Nazi sympathizer who would provide shelter at his mansion for German submarines prowling the Atlantic Oceans during the height of World War II. In the years since its abandonment, the house has been stripped, looted, and subjected to the elements, but the structure of the home is still there. Walking through the two-story castle, one can imagine the forgotten wealth of the place and the lavish parties that must have been hosted there over 7 years ago. Once the home of an alleged Nazi sympathizer, Darby Castle is now home to snakes, spiders, and inspiring views. On Lee Stalking Island, also in the Exumas, we explored the Perry Marine Institute, an abandoned NOAA marine research facility that came with an old airfield and everything. We ended up getting lost for several hours with no water as we walked through the forgotten buildings across the island. So we just got back from walking around Lee Stalking, and it was only supposed to be a little hour-long hike. We ended up getting lost. We took the scenic route. It was cool. Found a native coconut. Saw some abandoned buildings. Happy to be home.
Good coconut.
Yeah, we didn't bring any water, actually. We didn't bring any water at all with us. I'm really thirsty. Coffee Dog's thirsty too.
2011, 2012.
This is incredible. They just left it all.
Yep.
Pretty cool. The Perry Marine Institute was once a thriving scientific center that conducted marine biology and oceanographic studies until it ran out of grant money and its research was abandoned. Now it is a sprawling ghost town, a stark contrast to the enchanted island and pristine beaches it inhabits.
Hey, coffee.
Walking through the ruins, visitors can see the abandoned labs, dorms, generators, and aquariums that make up the former conservation center.
test the oxygen.
The walk through the ghost town can be long and hot, but there are plenty of coconut trees that line the old roads that go deeper into the island, so visitors don't have to go hungry or thirsty if they don't want to.
I'm gonna grab this one.
Those ape arms certainly come in handy.
Watch it.
We even came across some old trucks with jarred specimens spilling out of their cargo containers. In the middle of the island, we found an abandoned airfield with an airstrip and hangar. The hangar was on the verge of collapse, but offered shade from the sun, so we took a rest inside.
We just found this hangar. It's an abandoned airport hangar. Listen to that. So on long walks where you take the long way around by accident.
The scenic route.
The scenic route, yeah. So on long walks you take the scenic route, you find coconut and live off the coconut. So we didn't bring any water.
The coconut water was delicious.
The coconut water was very good.
Now Aaron's gonna get us the meat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Does it come out of the shell good?
Here you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't matter. Woo! Back up the road.
Go. Action.
Thanks for watching our latest episode of Abandoned Bahamas. Keep liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, all that good stuff. Let us know what you want to see, and we will try to make it happen. See you next time.
Go. What do we find?
No idea. What the
Stairway to Heaven. It looks sturdy.
feels sturdy. Not that far up. Well,
It's a well?
yeah. There's water in the bottom of the bucket.
Cool. Found a well.
And a hole.
Is that water right there?
Yeah.
It is, too.